Yo guys, and welcome to a new video. Today we'll be talking about all the movies I saw in the month of July. Yeah, I know, the video was late, but this month is just a busy month for me. I have been very busy with work and everything else, so I could not make this video earlier. But I can say I did not only make this video not any earlier, but I could also not watch a lot of movies in the past month. Because I have a busy life. I am with my friends constantly, I work, I have a lot of things to do. I am planning a trip to the Ardennes, or what it's called in English, just to the lower side of Belgium. So that's what I'm gonna do in the future, and I've been doing a lot of planning for that. So yeah, I only watched 16 movies in July, and that's quite bad. So if you beat me in this month with watching movies, I wouldn't be fucking surprised. I mean, it's fun to watch movies, and I watch not enough, but I did watch a few, so let's talk about them. And obviously, in the beginning of the month, Thor Love and Thunder came out, but I had to work myself up to the point of getting to watch Thor Love and Thunder. Actually, I'm going to watch Love and Thunder again this night, so it's been more than a month. So I am quite excited to go back into that movie. I thought I'm gonna give it a second chance. I liked it, but now I'm gonna see it a second time. But for the first time, I actually started up with watching Thor Ragnarok. And Thor Ragnarok is one of the best movies within the MCU. I really love it. It's incredibly great. It's funny. It's good. It's sad. It has all the right story elements. It's just a great redemption for Thor after he got his own two movies that weren't perfect. So this movie was a final run home to make this character great, and he did a phenomenal job, and this movie is just amazing. Secondly, I watched Avengers Infinity War in my preparation for Thor Love and Thunder. I actually skipped the first Thor and Thor the Dark World, but went straight on to the good movies. So Avengers Infinity War, what can I say more about this? It's awesome. It's phenomenal in every way. It stands out in every way. It's awesome. It's good. It's intense. It has one of the most heartbreaking endings in movie history. It's awesome. There's nothing wrong with this movie apart that they've kind of fucked up the character of Hulk. But that's more for Endgame. And as this is about Thor, Thor had a great story arc in this movie. I loved everything about Thor in Avengers Infinity War. Of course, Avengers Endgame is next, and this movie did not a great job on Thor, but just a good job. I liked what they were doing with him, but it got repetitive near the end of the movie. I kind of thought they were a little bit too over reliable on Thor's humor, and that was fine, but it wasn't the best thing ever. So I liked and loved everything about Endgame, especially Thor near the ending of the movie, but for the rest, it was just... Look, it's a phenomenal movie, and I love it deeply and with everything I have, but for Thor, it wasn't the best movie ever. It was still a very good movie for Thor, but it could have been better. And then I went on and watched Thor Love and Thunder. I laughed my ass off during some scenes of this. It was great, it was intense, it was good, it was suspenseful, it had everything you needed, but it was just too over-reliable on humor that just didn't land all the time. It had good moments in it for sure, but it wasn't the best. I have seen better, especially from Thor. And the humor in this just broke some moments that could have been better. And Gore the God Butcher was great and phenomenally played by Christian Bale. But the guy just turned into a child kidnapper instead of a God Butcher. And I think that's sad. Then I watched the Belgian movie, FOMO, Fear of Missing Out. Oh my god. I want to represent my country in the great movies it makes, but it also makes this. This is worse than Cats. The Princess is a movie that I actually was quite excited for. Joey King does a lot of fun stuff. She did the Kissing Booth, but she also did Bullet Train. And she made The Princess. And The Princess I thought was a fun movie with her being a princess and the fairy tale stuff like thing. And it was 2022, the movie, being all about her, the woman, beating everything and everyone and everything in her path. And it's okay when the movie is made around that. But it wasn't for this. It was just her beating ass. And yeah, it was just that. It was nothing more than that. It had no story. It had no great elements. It had a fun and good message for feminists and for women in general. So that was quite nice. But for the rest, this movie is more empty than my head. Then I wanted to watch a movie from what I have never seen before, but still was interested to see, and that is Alice in Wonderland. And Alice in Wonderland, I liked the live action thing, but I can't remember anything about it apart from Johnny Depp. This one, it's good. It's the original. It's like the Disney movie. It's not the original, but it's the Disney movie, so it's the most famous version, and I still gotta think it wasn't the best. It was okay. The story was fun, the songs were fun, the Mad Hatter, I didn't even recognize him as the Mad Hatter. Yeah, but I got nothing to say for the rest. It's just a movie that you can watch when you want to watch a Disney movie. But other than that, it's nothing special. The Last Bus is a movie with Timothy Spall in the leading part, and he is a man suffering from how do I say this without spoiling? So the guy lives in the northern of Great Britain, but he actually wants to move back to the southern of Great Britain. He has no driver's license. He's really old. His wife died of cancer, sadly. So he takes the trip by bus, and he gets famous for it, even though he doesn't know that. And it's okay. It's an okay movie. It's an okay story, but it's just empty. And I don't think Timothy Spall is really able to carry an entire movie on his own. And this movie further was the proof of that. That I just don't think he can carry an entire movie. So it's good in a certain parts. It's bad in another. I have never seen the Bob's Burgers show, but I have seen the Bob's Burgers movies. I have never seen the Bob's Burgers show, but I have now seen the Bob's Burger movie. And I gotta say, I liked it. It was funny, it was good, it had a lot of fun things happening in it. It was dumb, it was dark, it was adult animation, so I liked that. It did not get me to watch the show, but it did take my interest into watching more adult animation stuff, because this was actually quite nice. And I'm not excited for the show after watching this, but it was still good and I had fun watching it. The Gray Man is a movie that I saw in a movie theater instead of just on Netflix, and I'm so happy that I did, because this movie is a great blockbuster in a movie theater. Empty room or full of people, doesn't matter. The action in this is phenomenal. It worked fantastically. It was awesome to see this on a big screen with great audio. I don't think this movie will get the justice that it got in the movie theater, and now having seen the scores this movie is getting, I can see that I was right on that. This movie is not getting what it deserves just because it's put on such a small screen. But yeah, the movie is good. I would definitely recommend watching it. It's just, I don't think the small screen is the best option for The Gray Man, which is a great movie. Then my friends came over and they wanted to watch Zoolander, and I thought the movie was fine, but it's just fine. There was nothing special about this. It had some fun moments, but other than that, it was just not that good. I had a lot more fun with other comedies from Ben Stiller, and this one, even though it's directed by him, it didn't have a lot of things in it. It wasn't the best movie. Then I watched another Belgian movie, Hazard. It's about a man in Antwerp driving a car that he deeply loves, and he gets into some trouble with drugs and stuff like that. And it sounds fun when you think about it, but then one of the most highlighted scenes in the movie is where they get pulled over by a cop, and to escape and to not get into the legal system of Belgium, they have the cop fuck the car. And I have never been so disappointed in something in my entire life. Ugh. And then I went to the movie theater to watch a Danish-Dutch movie called Speak No Evil. I gotta say, I liked this. It was good. It had the right feel. It was awesome. It had the right tones, but nothing more than that. The ending of the movie did not satisfy me at all. I knew it was coming, but it still felt like, I wanted more of this. The movie is good. The story is good. The execution of it could be a little bit better. Then I rewatched Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I gotta say there's nothing wrong with this movie in any way. It's just awesome. It's great. This movie deserves all the awards it gets. It's one of my favorite movies of the year by far. It's just great in every single way. And then I watched the Indian movie RRR, Rise, Roar, Revolt, and I have made a review about this, and I want to thank everybody for making this review possible, because it's like my most viewed video on YouTube right now after only 11 to 12 days. So thank you very much for all the support on that video. I knew I wrongly called it a Bollywood movie, so I want to use this opportunity to say I'm sorry to anyone who felt offended to me calling RRR or Rise, Roar, Revolt a Bollywood movie. I now know that it actually isn't. It's a Telugu movie from the Telugu film industry. It's Hindi. It's not Bollywood. I'm sorry if I hurt someone with the statement. I didn't mean it. It's Telugu. It's awesome. It's definitely one of the best movies of the year. It's awesome and you should watch it because it's just perfect. And ending the month I did with Where the Crawdads Sing. This movie, I thought it was gonna be like a 90-minute movie, but it ended up being like a 2-hour movie. So that was really painful, but other than that, the story is great. The story is told in a very book-wise way, and for the movie, I can handle it, but I don't like it. So the execution of this movie definitely had flaws, but the story itself is great. I only didn't like the choice they made in the ending. I have talked to people who have read the book, and they said that they are also not satisfied with the ending of this movie because it kind of breaks the entire movie apart. But it's still worth watching. Alright, how many movies have you seen in July? Let me know in the comments down below. Did I beat you? Did you beat me? Let me know, I'm really excited. What movies did you hate that you watched in July? And what movies did you love that you watched in July? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm really excited to hear your opinion on it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.